Hi, Fuel Small Group Leaders. This is your first training video for how to be a small group leader. We'll have some additional ones coming your way, but before we met for the first time in November, I wanted to make sure that you had some time to plan your first meeting and to be in prayer for your students and to be certain of what your responsibilities are for being an awesome group leader. A couple of things you should have already received in the mail, and if you haven't, please let me know. A Fuel brochure looks something like this, and it talks a lot about your role as a leader and the purpose and vision of the groups. Really take some time to look that over, pray about what it's asking you to do. The number one thing is that you need to love your students. You need to cultivate authentic relationships with them. That is the layer that small group adds to our current ministry that we don't really meet specifically in another way. So that is really your role as a small group leader, is to cultivate those relationships, be kind, listen, talk less, listen more, just make sure that you're really there for your students in an authentic way. So let's talk a little bit about roles and responsibilities and get the nuts and bolts out of the way. First of all, your role is that one night a month, whether you do junior high on Wednesday nights or senior high on Sunday nights, that you need to be present at that meeting for our more formal meeting time, where you're going to connect with students and spend some time with them on Wednesday or Sunday nights. In addition to that, on a weekly basis, you need to make a phone call to your student and have some time to share with them. It doesn't have to be long, but you need to make a real connection with them. I know lots of students like to text or email or Facebook, and that's fine, but to really have a good connection, you need to have that phone call, and you need to touch base with them regularly. So if there is a week where you have to text or email, that's fine, but let's catch up the next week with a phone call. You want to make sure you pair with another leader, so that occasionally we'll have boys mixing with girls, and you can mix together for your fun time and your Bible curriculum time on Wednesday or Sunday night. And then that way also, if you are ill or someone in your family's ill and you can't make it, there will be someone your students have already connected with that can fill your role, fill your spot on a night that you maybe aren't there. And then the other role and responsibility that you have is that one week or one time a month, you need to prepare a fun activity for your group where you all get together and just have fellowship time. So that might be that you all go to someone's soccer game, so that you're attending an activity. It might mean that you have your group over to your house for dinner, or that you guys go out after church one Sunday for a picnic in the park, or whatever. But it's something that your group enjoys doing with you, and time you can spend together just enjoying each other. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about what a Sunday night or a Wednesday night looks like. We will structure up the time starting with just pure fellowship for the first 10 to 15 minutes. You'll probably want to plan a game or activity, or maybe there's something that your group enjoys doing together. Maybe you guys all like to cook and you're going to cook for that first 10 to 15 minutes. Or maybe you like to play games, whatever. But for the first 10 to 15 minutes, you want it to just be fun. Then for 30 minutes or so, we will be giving you a curriculum to use for a Bible study, a time of spiritual growth. And this is, remember, small group is a time for them to see who you are as a Christian, how you live your life as a Christian day in and day out. So we will be giving you a curriculum. This is a sample. I know you can't read it, but it's just one sheet kind of thing, just questions to guide your discussion for group. So that will be a part of the packet that I give you. Game suggestions will also be a part of the packet that I give you coming up. Then, so 10 to 15 minutes of fun, 30 minutes of spiritual growth time, and then 15 minutes of prayer time and sharing. So you want to make some time where your group is safe and they feel safe to share their prayer concerns with you and with one another, and then you want to spend some time in prayer. If you're a part of a life group at Crossroads, you know that that group lifts you up. They help you grow as a Christian. They help you figure out how to live life day in and day out. And that's what your group should be for your students. If you're not a part of a life group, you should be a part of a life group. Get signed up. Okay, Now, thinking about building your group dynamics and the culture of your group, you want your group to feel like a family. So just like a family, you need to build group traditions. You will have created a name. You need to create a slogan or a catchphrase. You may need to create a logo. You want to build your group. You want your group to be the only group your students want to be in. It's the number one group. You want to have group pride. And that's, again, part of building that family and authentic relationship. Make sure also that you're taking care of you. Be certain that you are in the Word, that you're having time for prayer, that you are calling me and letting me know how I can pray for you or how I can pray for your group. You're letting me know if you have concerns. I know Matt wants to be in prayer for you also, so do let us know what your needs are and how we can help. Okay, so a few things that you need to be able to do with and for your students. First of all, you need to keep their information handy. Okay, so make sure that you know exactly where their information is and how to get a hold of them, quickly, and just make it easy for you. Keep track of their birthdays. Something that makes students feel really special is knowing that someone's paying attention to them and the important things in their life. Plan ahead. Don't get to the 29th of the month and then realize that you haven't had a fun activity. So make sure that you're planning ahead, that you know what's coming, and that you are giving out details. That's number 3. Give out details. Let students know what's coming up so that they know how to plan ahead. Okay? Create leaders. Create leaders in your group. Bam! We gave each of you student leaders when we created the groups. We made sure you had leaders in your group. So make sure you're taking advantage of those leaders. I think you'll notice right away who rises to the top is in a leadership role. So make sure you're cultivating that leadership. You aren't the end-all be-all of the leaders in your group. You need to make sure that you connect with parents. I like that logo. Connect with parents. They are an important part, obviously, of your relationship with students, and you need to keep them informed of your relationship and what we're doing in small group. You might just even do that, catch folks on Sunday mornings. Make sure that if your students bring visitors, that you call those visitors. That's how our groups are going to grow, and that's how we'll make additional connections. So call those visitors. And then make sure you call your students. I think that I've said that several times, but it's really, really important. So make sure you're calling your students and touching base with them. Invite friends to fun nights. Fun nights are when we have fun. So make sure that students know that they can invite their friends and get them connected. Build spiritual growth time. Again, on Wednesday and Sunday nights, that is a huge part of the time that you have with students, so make sure that you're getting that spiritual growth time in. And then the number one most important thing that you can be doing with your students in your small group is praying with and for them. So make sure that you're praying with your students at the end, that they maybe, if they're okay with you sharing, if they've shared, that you send out an email reminding everybody of how they can be praying for each other. Again, we'll be sending you a packet with curriculum, with game suggestions, with fun night ideas. Please do get back with me if you have questions. We will be sending additional videos, and we'll be giving you some self-assessment tools to use as you go along. Please don't feel like you're out there on your own. So good ways to get in touch with me. You're welcome to call. You're welcome to text. You're welcome to email. My cell phone number is 695-0964. Email is Jill, JILLSCHAF@sbcglobal.net. I can probably get back with you quickest if you email me, but I'll also be happy to call you back. It's just a little bit easier for me to email from during the workday. I run all over during the workday, so I'm a little tough to catch. And then, just have fun with your students, and they will know when you're sincerely caring about them, and that is the very most important thing. Thanks for your time.